Marvel Snap.
When I heard that lead Hearthstone designer Brode had left the company to create his own game, I gotta admit, I was a little optimistic. This game starts to pop up in my life. I see Todd Howard singing its praise.
My favorite game this year is Marvel Snap, this card game from the folks who did Hearthstone. You should really play it.
Then suddenly, December 2022, I'm comfy at home watching the Game Awards, and I see none other than Brode accepting an award for the best mobile game, Marvel Snap. I knew I had to try it. Okay, Benny boy, so how do we play?
The goal of the game is to win 2 out of 3 locations.
Hold up. Now where have I heard this before?
It's here. There's not just one board, but 3 boards.
So when I loaded into the game, my first thought was 3 locations? Is this the best game of the year that I have to play? Or is this just another one of Todd Howard's sweet little lies? It only took a few matches before I realized that no, in fact, this is actually something special. The game works how you might expect. You get 1 additional energy every turn, use it or lose it. Each card has a certain power level, and most have some kind of active effect. Take, for instance, Uatu.
I see all.
You can see the locations before they're revealed. You also have Hearthstone's big game Hunter.
I got the beast in my sight.
But what really makes this game different is the snap.
Oh, snap! What did you do? What'd you do?
I just doubled the cubes. The cubes affect your rank. The more cubes that are on the line, the faster you can climb, but also the harder you can fall.
Oh, snap!
Besides the cool animation and the awesome tactile feel of snapping, it's a great game mechanic because it functions much like a raise in poker. Your opponent has the opportunity to fold. In this game, you can retreat. And I love the wording of that because it's not saying, hey, I give up, hey, I call it quits, hey, I concede, like they do in Hearthstone. No, you're retreating, you're gathering your forces to come at it again in the future. And so it makes leaving the game not feel so bad, and strategically, they encourage you to do so. You'd be a fool to play every game out to its end if you care about the rank at all. But hey, we have to talk about progression and earning cards. This game is free to play after all, and we all know what that means. It's probably more expensive than if you were to buy out a $60 game, and it's purposely convoluted. They couldn't have come up with a more purposely confusing system. So you earn cards based on your collection level. There's multiple different currencies. You get point boosters, which you use to upgrade cards. You have to also use credits with your point boosters. Then you get collection levels. Each collection level, at certain ranks, you get different rewards. Oh, and hey, guess what? It's not a linear progression. Depending on how high of a level you upgrade your card, you can get even more collection levels, but then if it's a beginning level, you only get 1 or 2 points. And it just makes it really hard to gauge how far you are and how far you actually have to go. And I don't think it's a coincidence. They want you to spend money, and they don't want you to realize how much money you're spending, right? Games like Hearthstone, you spend whatever, $60, $80 for a giant pack of cards. You get a certain number of cards, you can count, okay, yeah, I got 4 legendaries, whatever. In this game, it's kind of hard to keep track because the rarity is not quite obvious or set forth on the card. In fact, you have to go and look up a lot of information to even figure out how all this works. It's not explained in the game. There's no collection pool explanation. You don't even understand the fact that there are pools unless you go and look up and say, hey, how do I get more cards? How do I get this card? So let me do a quick explanation on the card pools. Basically, you earn cards in a semi-randomized order. You start item pool 1 with a certain number of cards until you reach collection level 214. Why that number? I have no idea. And then you're trapped in that next pool, pool 2, until you hit collection level 474, which you hit pool 3. And at pool 3, you're kind of at the end. The thing is, there's a lot of cards in pool 3. There are pools 4 and 5, which are rare and extra rare. You're probably not going to get them very quickly unless you use one of the additional other game currencies, which again, just super convoluted. You have gold, you have credits, you have these tokens, you have boosters. Why are there so many currencies?
Hello, I like money.
The entire game feels like you're casually gambling, with some of the potential high swings of the different card effects, location effects, and so on. And I'm not complaining about that. It's actually one of the reasons I really enjoyed the game. I just have to point out some of the weird similarities it has, like how the position of the location reveals look like a straight up slot machine. So yeah, overall, I really enjoy the game. I just think it's a little opportunistic with the way they try to make money. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 7 Skrulls.